Dear students, welcome to Sri Gurusundara College, Badkal, Digital Class 2, Department of BBA, Semester 6, Stock Exchange Operation, Elective Paper 3, Finance. Module 4, Shares, continuation of part Debentures. We can discuss about the shares. Now, what is shares? The capital of a company is divided into different units called shares. A share is the movable property of a shareholder, and he has a liberty to transfer his share in the manner prescribed by the articles of the company. Justice Farewell defines that a share is the interest of a shareholder in the company measured by a sum of money for the purpose of liability in the first place and of interest in the second, but also consisting of mutual agreement entered into by all the shareholders in terms of the act and the articles. The statement of shares and the definition, both it clarifies that a part or portion of a larger amount which is divided among a number of people, or to which a number of people contribute for productive purpose of the company, and which can be easily transferable from one to another under certain terms and conditions of the company, is called shares. A productive purpose means expansion, diversification and modernization. Shares and stocks both mean the same thing. Shares are collectively called as stocks. Next, features of shares. First point, number. The share must be numbered so as to distinguish them from one to another. Each share must be assigned a number. This helps to track and monitor individual shares. This requirement, however, is not present in all shareholders' agreements. Next point, dividend payments. The shareholder get return or income on investment in the form of dividend and bonus. However, the amount of dividend payment is not based on a fixed percentage rate. It is recommended and decided by the board of directors. Next point, ownership rights. When a person buys a share, he is buying a piece of that company. He becomes its part of owner. That ownership gives certain rights to shareholder, including voting on important matters of the company, a right to inspect books of accounts, a right to receive dividend, etc. Next, voting rights. Ordinary shareholders have the rights to vote in general meeting of the company. Each share carries the right to one vote. Shareholders can exercise control by electing the board of members who will oversee the major decisions and policies implemented by the management. That means each shareholder have one voting right, both in general meeting of the company as well as electing the board of members. Next point, limited liability. For each individual shareholders, the maximum value at risk is the total value of their investment in the shares of the company. That means, unlike in a partnership, or ordinary shareholders are not personally liable for debt of company in the event of bankruptcy. If company is bankrupt, The shareholder is not at all liable for debt of the company. Next, liquidation rights. If a company goes bankrupt and liquidates all its assets, the ordinary shareholder have the right to receive their share of sale proceeds. However, they are the last to receive money after the creditors, debenture and bondholders and preference shareholders are paid. That means in a liquidation, shareholders only get back their money if there is anything left or after other creditors have been settled. Next point, uncertain returns. While many companies pay out dividends to shareholders, there is no obligation on companies to do so. Indeed, there is no guarantee of returns in any form of shareholders. However, in return for this degree of uncertainty and risk, the shares carries higher expected returns over the long term than the most of the investments. This forms of basis of the relationship between risk and return for investors in shares. Here, the return is always uncertain, but long term it gives good returns, but return is again uncertain. Next, transferability. The shares of a public limited company are freely transferable. The equity shares of reputed companies can be easily traded on stock markets. The rules for share transfer must be included in the company's article of incorporation. That means, why does reputed company means? Reputed companies, there is a demand in the market, so it can easily transfer. There will be a buyer. After certain terms and conditions, that means once the shares can be bought in primary market after certain lock-in period. So once it is transferred to secondary market, it can be easily transferable. Next point, high profit potential. When a person buys stocks, he becomes the owner to that extent, and when the company makes more and more profits and expands, the demand for its shares will also rise. Share price will rise. As a result, the share price also benefited to shareholders. For example, many of the early shareholders like Infosys, MRF are millionaires because the stock has gone up dramatically. So, share has high profit potential, especially in terms of long term, very good, very quality shares. Last part, risk. However, what if the company did not make profits as expected? There won't be much demand for its shares, nor will it carry a high rate of profit. Hence, along with the potential for extraordinary gain comes the potential for high loss. These two go hand in hand. If you are not careful in choosing a company, that means right company shares, we can lose money by investing in stocks. So, obviously, investing in stocks is highly risk because return is always uncertain. Next part, kinds of shares. On the basis of nature, it classifies first one, equity shares, preference shares and sweat equity. We can discuss about first equity shares, meaning, then nature, merits and demerits. First one, What is equity shares? The holders of such shares participate in divisible profits only after the claims of the preference shareholders are met. That means they actually do not enjoy any preferential right either in respect of dividend or in respect of repayment of capital. That means equity shares are those shares which do not have the following preferential rights. That means preference of dividend over others or preference for repayment of capital over others at the time of winding up of the company. That means when company is bankrupt at that time. So these shares are also called as risk capital because they get the dividend on the balance of profit, if any, left after payment of dividend on preference shares or any other types, that means debentures and others, as well as when winding up of the company, when companies become bankrupt, these equity shareholders considered at the end. But equity shareholders have the right to vote on each and every resolution placed before the company, and the shareholders have a right to cast their vote to elect the board of directors. So on that sense, they are the owners of the company. Now, disadvantages of equity shares. Equity shares do not cause any economic burden on the resource of the company. That means the company need not to pay any fixed interest to shareholders. On that point of view, it cannot carry any economic burden to company. Next, equity shares long-term source. Equity share capital is a form of permanent long-term source of capital, hence the liability of repayment does not arise. So if any company they want long-term capital, this is the right choice. Next point, no charge on assets. The company can mobilize long-term capital shares without creating any charge on the assets of the company. So in point of view of investors, it is also useful. It's benefited to investors, as well as in point of company also, without charge on the assets, they can raise the fund. Next point, real owners. Equity shareholders are the real owners of the company. They possess all the voting rights to participate in the affair of the company. So the shareholders can treated as owners. That is also added advantage of investors. Next, credit worthiness. Last point, it enhances the credit worthiness of company. When companies perform well, when it starts to gain better profit, the share value is also cropping up. So thus the credit worthiness is going to be enhanced. At the same time, the shareholders credit worthiness also enhanced. So both point of view, company and investors point of view, shareholder point of view, it is more useful. Last part, that is disadvantages of equity shares. First point, difficulty in trading. The entire capital structure is composed of equity shares. Thus, trading on equity is very difficult. That means the company's capital, total amount of capital, the major source is equity shares. So that's why it is difficult to carry investment in this kind of shares as well as investment. Next point, highly expensive. In company point of view, compared with preference shares or debentures or any other forms, equity shares is highly expensive. It can contain various expenses like prospectus, SEBI guidelines, SEBI charges, like that various expenses it can contain. So that's why it is highly expensive. Next point, unassured return. Because of the unassured return on the equity shares, the investors do not want to invest on equity shares. In dividends or other forms, they can able to expect a fixed return, but here market is always volatile, the future is always uncertain. So obviously it is one of the disadvantages in terms of investors. So here unassured return can not motivate to investors in right way. Next point, claim on assets. Equity shareholders have a residual claim on income as well as assets that is more difficult in terms of company. Both income, that means profit, and the assets, shareholders have the rights. But when companies become bankrupt, obviously the shareholder is not liable. So company point of view, it's also not good. Next, concentrate. Right issue may lead to concentrating of control of company in the hands of few persons. That means those who have equity shareholders, they have the options called right issues when company is going to raise the fund. So at the time of right issues, it's a chance of concentrate the more amount of shares in few hands and they can control the company. Last but not the least, speculations. Higher dividends on equity shares during the period of boom results in appreciation of the value of shares, which leads ample speculations. So this market or this shares can allows lot of speculations. These speculations, it can misguide the investors very badly. So it can be harm to their investment. That means they can lose their money. Thank you for listening. So in next part we can discuss about the remaining part of the module 4. Have a nice day.